Guys, it's 2024 and more than 2 billion people are using Instagram on a daily basis. And in today's video, I'm gonna cover exactly how you could use Instagram and this social media machine to grow your OnlyFans page. First of all, and I've talked about this several other times in other various videos of mine, but your creator's main Instagram account should be less about driving traffic from the posts you make on that main IG page and should be more about being the final landing page that people subconsciously use to decide to take that next step and tap the link in the bio to go to OnlyFans. Because of this, you should be much less focused on the quantity of the content that gets posted on IG and more focused on the quality. Generally speaking, there are substantially more effective ways both on and off Instagram to generate traffic to your creator's page besides excessively posting on your creator's main Instagram page itself. For example, in my last video, I talked about a mother-slave method on Instagram that you can scale over time. I'm gonna put it on the screen here so you can check it out. But instead of excessively posting on the mother page, the mother Instagram page, you should be optimizing the Instagram page so that when people look at it, it's aesthetically pleasing with stories, highlights, and excellent content posted on the feed that, quite frankly, is impossible to mass produce. This is what your potential subscribers are going to be looking at right before they decide to tap the link in the bio. So that should be the thing you're absolutely fucking obsessed with. Don't obsess over content quantity, obsess over content quality. When I first started out in this industry, I always thought, oh, we have to post as much as physically possible on Instagram because that's how we're going to get traffic, which literally couldn't be fucking further from the truth. If you do this, you're likely settling for lower quality content in order to post excessively because you're asking for tons of content from your creator that your creator isn't likely able to make and use her time effectively making the absolute best quality because she's more focused about getting you as many photos and videos as possible in order to meet your crazy content quantity requirements. Do not underestimate and undervalue the amount of time and effort it takes a creator to produce high quality content. It takes tons of time and effort, and if you don't think so, you're kind of an idiot. As an agency owner, you should not be asking your creator to slave over as many pictures and videos as possible so that you can spam shitty content on Instagram. Instead, work with your creators on content ideas that have viral potential and use your social media marketing expertise to maximize the results that you get from those pieces of high quality content that she produces. If you want to get traffic from your main Instagram page, have your creator create amazing content and spend your fucking money and use it and boost it to get more eyes on it. Don't be an idiot and tell it it's all on her and the amount of content that she makes. It's complete and utter fucking bullshit if you do that. Now, the second thing that I wanted to talk to you about here when it comes to Instagram is having the right funnel approach. This is pretty fucking simple, but a lot of people fuck it up. With that being said, there are two different ways that we've experimented with that are both effective, and I'll explain the use case for each right now. So first is the traditional way, where you just throw a link in the bio on the Instagram and have a link tree or like a beacons and have a very simple description in the bio as a call to action to click the link in the bio for the spicy shit, right? Then once they click the link itself only gives one option. It's the OnlyFans itself. Keep it very, very simple. Less places for fans to get distracted. Do not put other links. Make it literally as simple as humanly possible. We typically do this for all creators who have a free OnlyFans page. And the reason is because you don't need to really play any psychological warfare to convince them to subscribe. The mindset is like, fuck it, all free. I'll subscribe, purely out of curiosity, right? And if you've done a good job of optimizing the IG page, where the fans have already decided that they're interested in seeing more, they really shouldn't need any additional convincing. Now, the second funnel approach is something that we thought of a little bit ago, and I've actually seen a decent increase in results because of it. And this is where the main Instagram page actually does not have the link in the bio to go to OnlyFans, but instead references a second Instagram page that we keep as a private page and then serves as a stepping stone, if you will, and simply has the link to go to the OnlyFans on it. The use case for this one is for pages that are paid pages or like we're charging for subscribers rather than free ones. Full transparency, Our personal opinion is that free pages are much better than paid pages, just generally speaking. So we don't do this much. However, we have creators who are on paid accounts, which we've used this for. The psychological game that you're playing here is that this is such a unique funnel approach that most OF girls don't use. And when the fan taps the second private account that the main account is referencing and gets funneled that way, the fans think of it as a memorable and unique way to go to OnlyFans. And what happens is that they ultimately think the page is going to be different and more worthwhile to pay a subscription price for. Now, the third thing I want to talk about here when it comes to Instagram is the importance of the location of your target audience. And more importantly, focusing on targeting and getting US-based audience. There are a couple of variables that come into play here when it comes to getting US followers, though. First of all, your followers that come from other traffic sources will have an impact since you're likely using Instagram as a landing page rather than a traffic source. So if your other traffic sources are funneling global traffic, that will have an impact on your ability to target US audiences. For example, if people are watching and liking your content, mostly from a specific country or region, Instagram will push that content to other members of that country no matter what you do. So you should be targeting US audiences with your other traffic sources. However, that'll need a completely separate video for me to talk about, quite honest. But with that being said, in order to have your content on Instagram promoted primarily to a US audience, you'll want to do a couple things, right? First, there's a lot of back and forth out there as to whether or not your location has an impact as to who your content gets promoted to. And the truth of the matter is that it definitely does have an impact. And unfortunately, if you are located outside of the US, you're definitely at a disadvantage. But with that being said, it's not impossible for you to influence the audience that you have. It just takes much more work and you have to start the process early. If you have 50K followers on Instagram and the majority of them are from your country, you're kind of fucked. And you're really not gonna be able to ever flip that page to a fully US-based page. Now let's say you're starting a new account instead. When it comes to the process of targeting a US-based audience when you're out of the country, is that you should be geotagging all posts that you make on the Instagram in the US. And you should also be posting and engaging with content that US-based people would be following. An example of this would be like the NFL, for example. The majority of the people who are interested in the NFL are located in the United States. So if you make content that's about the NFL, you're much more likely to get a US-based audience and US people engaging with that content. So focus on making as much as possible and coming up with other US-based targeted ideas, and try to minimize the amount that you engage with content that's from your home country where you're located as well, right? Because that'll actually play a role as well. So curate your feed to US-based topics the best you can. The reason why the US is the best place to be promoted for OF purposes is because people in the US have the lowest transaction fees when it comes to purchasing content on OnlyFans. Also, generally speaking, more people in the US are on OnlyFans and more familiar with OnlyFans in general as well. It's a common topic that gets brought up relatively often in common conversations out here, so there are more opportunities. And this is why you should be penetrating this market the best that you possibly can. Now, the fourth and final thing that I wanted to talk about when it comes to Instagram is the importance of correctly branding your creator on the Instagram page's posts and content. You should avoid being all over the place with regard to the content that gets posted on Instagram. For example, if your creator is a girl next door or like a shy girl, don't post Instagram stories and make posts of her traveling and doing crazy things all the time. If your creator's a gamer, don't randomly start posting workout videos. Also, stick to one niche and don't vary from it. Niche hopping is the biggest threat to your success. One day you want to be a streamer, the next day you want to go be a fitness model. Don't fucking do it. And you need to help your creator keep her mindset attached to a singular niche that she actually has a passion for. Consistent branding helps build allure to your specific consumer audience, right? When people see that you've put effort into your brand over a long period of time, it shows that you're fucking legit and different from the regular everyday OnlyFans girl. It's not enough just to be hot on OnlyFans anymore. If you consistently focus on making content with a brand that fits your creator's niche, your creator's results when it comes to traffic will literally explode. At the end of the day, if you have a consistent and high quality brand that you showcase on Instagram, your efforts to drive traffic with other methods will go so much further and you'll ultimately make much more money. Her fans will convert to OnlyFans and spend money, right? Your creator's brand should be so strong that it creates an emotional connection with your fans so they literally can't help but to fucking spend money on your creator. That's it, guys. Those 4 things are the main things I would focus on if you're looking to maximize your returns with using Instagram as a tool. In my opinion, these things are all pretty simple to do, but it's all about execution, right? Implement systems that allow you to follow these strategies from the get-go, and you'll be doing great. But other than that, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'm out, y'all.